This is a great chart by visualcapitalist.com. It's called the Increasing Income Housing Gap Chart in America. And it says right here, which is totally true, a key pillar of the American dream, owning a home, is increasingly out of reach for the Americans. Once you get your home paid off, that's like your biggest expense. Once you get that paid off, life's a little easier. But if you're just always renting, if you're always on that treadmill, it's going to be a lot harder. And now with all the hedge funds and investors buying up real estate, especially single family homes, it's making it that much harder. It's like these investors and hedge funds are stealing the American dream away from families. And this chart shows it perfectly. Take a look at the green line, that's the median household income, and you can see it steadily going up. But take a look at the housing prices. This was in the 2008, the big run up, and they had it the Great Recession, they called it. And now look, it's gone parabolic. It's nothing compared to this. It's even higher. It's astronomical. It's hard to comprehend. What people really don't realize, it's not the price of the house that's going up, it's the purchasing power of your money is going down. Let's flip over here to the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. Now this balance sheet shows new money that's been created and put into the economy. So as more money's put into the economy, the less your money's worth. It's watered down, it's diluted. You can see that their balance sheet was pretty low and stayed low for many years. But in the Great Recession, they started pumping some money into the economy to try to get it going. And then once they pumped, they just kept pumping. They tried to lower the balance sheet or take money out of the system, but then we had the event that took place, and then they went just parabolic and just couldn't stop. And if you see right here, as all this money is being pumped into the economy, you can see how fast it's gone up, almost to $9 trillion right there at the top, at the peak. Now, if we go back over to the chart, you can see the housing prices follow that lead up. So it's not that these prices are going up like the housing prices are going up. It's the purchasing power of your money is going down. Let's look at it again. Let's move it over so you can see it more granular. Tons of money pumped into the economy. House prices going up. The more they print, the less your money's worth and the more assets cost. So if you saved up $200,000 to buy a house, well, now that same house is $400,000. So the purchasing power of your money has been halved. It's been siphoned off or borrowed by the federal government. Venezuela and Iran are having incredible amounts of inflation, meaning their country keeps printing money. And you can see right here in Iran, the price of the house just keeps going up. The monthly house price just continuously goes up. So their money is just being worth less and less and less. The more they pump in, the more diluted their currency becomes. Now, until the government gets their spending under control and the Federal Reserve gets their spending under control, this will continue to go up. Luckily for the United States, Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, he is now doing what's called quantitative tightening. He's increased the interest rates, which will slow borrowing of money. Then he also started quantitative tightening, which is letting the mortgage-backed securities that they purchase with money that they created, they're going to let those just run off the books. So if you pay your mortgage, you're most likely paying it to the Federal Reserve. Once the Federal Reserve gets the money from you from that mortgage, they just destroy it and take it out of circulation. So hopefully they do the right thing and continue to do the right thing like they're doing now, which is to take the money out of circulation, which will lower the inflation. I like this quote, but there's a lot of people who say it's a fake quote, which it may be, but I think it's really telling of what's happening today. If the American people allow private banks to control the issuance of their currency, first by inflation and then by deflation, the banks and corporations that will grow up around them will deprive the people of all their property until their children will wake up homeless. Thomas Jefferson. And what he meant by that is all this inflation, all this money printing, companies, investors, hedge funds will do like they're doing now. They're going out and buying up all the properties and then turning them into rentals. So now the American dream, just like it says here, of owning your own home is getting harder and harder for each generation. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Please leave them below.